Yeah, hello everybody. It's late in the morning, but I decided to do a video. I had a story. Get everything situated here. Uh, I was thinking back on a story, as you see in the thumbnail. 1 kilo, one Colombian, and one Colombo captain, and convoluted story. And uh, I was thinking about it. It's hard to navigate. I got to fill in some blanks and everything else, but it's very interesting on when you think about the mob and drugs and how the public perceives what families, or who says the mob didn't deal drugs and who says the mob did deal drugs, and all of that kind of stuff. And so much was going on with that crew, that so many behind the scene things were going on. People freelancing and doing deals, and who's informing. It was very turbulent time and everything. So just for a little set the table for you with that. Um, I'm up there at the club, uneventful evening, and I took a couple notes because my mind is shot, just to try to, if I need to refer to them. So I'm bebopping around because sometimes the guys show up. There could be a card game, and I want to service the game, run for food or drinks and try to make a couple bucks. So I kind of lurk around just to make sure, well, nothing's going to happen, and then I'll screw out of there. And so I'm getting ready to call it a night, early evening. And the bartender says, Joe, hold on, whatever, and there's a phone call. It's Tony. He says, oh, wait for me. Don't leave, wait for me. Oh, I wanted to catch you and all this and that. I was like, well, how'd you even know I was here? Well, he must have rode by and saw my car or something. You're always thinking. And he's like, wait there. So I'm waiting there, and I go out, and I go outside to have a cigarette, and this guy gets dropped off, and he looks like, Central American and totally out of place. I'm wondering, what is this? He goes in the club. I go back in, and the barmate says, oh, that guy was looking for Jojo. So Tony must have told him, because there's different Joes that could be lurking, but there's only one Jojo. Yours truly. So I go over there, I sit down, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And he speaks good. He's speaking English, but I look on his hand, and they got those symbols, like, I know those tattoo symbols, and I know it's no good. So I'm wondering, what the hell's going on here? He's got a briefcase, and we're doing some small talk, and I says, well, I'm trying to figure things out. And I says, well, I got to get out of here. I don't care about anything. And I go to get up, and he grabs my hand. He says, no, wait here. And I'm thinking, so I'm not a tough guy, and I don't want things to escalate. And I sit back down, and I says, you're like a fish out of water. Something's not right. You got something in the briefcase. And whatever you do, something's not right here. Something's really not right. It's a setup either from your connection people, or it's a setup with the feds or something. Something's not right. I don't want no part of this shit. And how I become a candidate to try to keep the guy company during this fiasco has got my head twisted and everything else. And I'm like, well, first things first, you can do what you want, but I'm explaining to him. And in the meantime, Sam's not answering the phone. Tony's not answering the phone. And if there was something that was going to be in play for whatever deal they had going on or whatever transaction they were going to make, there was no contact with them after that. So I was thinking, I can't figure this out. So I says, you better secure that and then figure out how to hide it and go on about your business and leave this place and never come back, and write it off to that. You're going to have to sacrifice whatever you got in there, 1K, 2K, whatever. You're going to have to sacrifice that and get out of Dodge. And who was trying to set who up, you guys could figure that out. I'm just a little errand boy that runs around here. I'm a nobody. I don't want to know shit. So I says, because any minute I think we're going to get bum rushed, and I don't want to be sitting with the guy. We're going to get bum rushed by somebody, either Colombians robbing him, armed, or feds coming in, whatever. And I don't want to be next to the guy. So I'm thinking, you got to secure that package you got in there. And so, you know, on my other videos, I was always thinking of strategies on when these guys, the wise guys, were trying to do things and how they would go down stupid. So the wheels were always turning in my head on strategies to not get busted. And I knew out in the back, in the back corner of the parking lot, there was an old square grill type of rusted out drainage grill, like for water, rainwater to go down. And I'm thinking, got to get that product into that little, I was familiar with that drainage thing in the past because of some other things that whatever. So I was familiar with that maneuver. And so he's going, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I says, don't worry. I says, but you're going to help me out, money, because I want to get paid, because I'm going out to get in my car. You can smash me. You can do whatever. They're going to call the police. And if you're going to abuse me, or you're going to pull a gun under the table or whatever, the cops are going to come. Otherwise, I want to get paid for trying to help you get out of this setup type deal. And so he's going along, and he was being a little rough, but still business like. And so I go in the back. I get a hanger that you hang a jacket on, wire hanger, and I tell him, let's go in the bathroom. There's a hanger. Clip it onto your product, the plastic. Clip it, and then come back out into the parking lot. And in the meantime, I make a move to do my valve on my car tire to flatten the tire. So by the time I go out, by the time he comes back out, my tire will be going flat. And then I'll tell him wait by the door, and then I'll pull back around, and then I could cover the drain, right over the drain. I could cover that. And then there's only limited visibility from the street if anybody's watching. So it's flat. Because I saw a car, whether it was a Fed or somebody prowling, cat and mouse. I'm looking, what car, strange car or anything. So just in case, you got to be careful, because somebody knows he's in there, either government or Colombians, and they're on the prowl. Either way, you got to make a move to dodge it. You got to dodge. I'm hoping it's the feds, because at least they're not assassins. So I pull out like, oh geez, look at my tire, pull back around, cover the drainage thing, cover it up, flush over my car. I mean, it's under my car, and I start walking back, and I says, come out. And I guess he had it all hooked up. And I says, yeah, we got to make pretend I got a flat tire. I'm going to change the flat tire. Bah, bah, bah. We're looking at it. Oh, boom, 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 whatever. Try to win an Oscar award. And he starts talking in that other language or everything. And but it sounded positive, like good plan or whatever. Good plan. I knew some Latin and everything, and I knew some of the stuff, but he spoke perfect English too. And so get out there, do the maneuver, some more strange cars, and then get the product to hang in there. It goes. It just looks like I had a flat tire, put a spare tire on it, and then go back in, park back where I parked, and there it is, the drainage. It's in the open, so everything's cool. Like, hey, well, I got nothing, once I leave that spot, I'm in an innocent spot in the corner of the parking lot. You can't put nothing on nobody. Now you can't put anything on anybody as far as what's hanging in that drain pipe. So that's a big weight off of everybody's shoulders. So I'm like, oh, all right. You call for a ride or do what you got to do. And he's like, nah, you ain't leaving. You ain't leaving me. I says, I don't care about that. What do you think? I'm going to come back and rob you or whatever? And whatever. Do whatever you got to do. This is Tony ain't calling. There's no contact. This is a botched deal. Gone bad. Just write it off. Write it off. I don't care if it sits there forever. I'm not going to go back in that drain and take that. I don't want to know nothing. I might tell another guy, if you want to take a shot, go in there, but I'm not gonna, because I think street value was probably like $20 or something. I'm not sure, because I didn't mess with that shit. But so he says, no. I got a room over here, blah, blah, blah. nice room in the falls and everything else. And he goes, we stay, come back tomorrow, and we'll wait for Tony. I said, Tony, well, whoever. I'm saying Tony, but it's not the same Tony that I might have said other videos. This is just a name. And this guy's initials, I'll say, are DA. And I says, no. He says, no. Something. Blah, blah, blah. I said, you're not smart enough to know, like, you can't see what the situation is. Something's really messed up. And either somebody was trying to get somebody in a pinch at the club, or you, or whatever. I don't know what the motives are. I don't know what's behind it. I don't know who the players are. All I know is this strange freaking Central American is in there waiting for this guy that's never coming back. And you could put two and two together a little bit and figure it out. So I end up in a hotel room with this guy. And I'm not going to sleep all night. And he says, I'll take care of you. I just want to make sure, he's telling me, I just want to make sure that this guy is really screwing me over. For what? Revenge? But so he says, I'll wait and contact him in the morning and wait till like noon. And if there's no reply, the guy's not answering whatever his numbers he's got calling, then he'll be convinced, and then he'll know whatever he's going to do with the other guy. I don't know. With this Tony, quote unquote, with this Tony. So he's talking and he's picking my brain. I'm giving him half my life story in the room, and he was a likable kind of guy, and he was loaded with money and everything else, and he frisked me, and so I'm playing a violin. I'm broke. I'm an errand boy. I run and get bread and milk and try to make a tip, $1 or $2 at card games. I'm really putting it on the guy, and he's no pushover, but he appreciates the hustle. He knows I'm hustling. He knows I'm trying to hustle him in a subtle way, but it's obvious. And he's cool. And so noon comes by, and no answer, no anything. I says, I got to get out of here. It's been a long night. Whatever you got to do. I'm not saying nothing to nobody. I don't know nothing. A strange guy came in. He was lost. I don't know what the hell, I just got stuck in a goofy situation, and I just navigated my way through it and out of it, hopefully. And and this was toward the end of when I was running up there, and a lot of stuff was going on, and I already knew, like, in the near future, I'm all done. I don't want to know nothing. And I don't know if this Tony tried to put me in some middle of something to try to get me hemmed up and like kill two birds with one stone or whatever, and make me some sacrificial lamb caught up between some goofy deal that was never going to take place. And I'm trying to put it all together because I was really I could always outthink these guys in a chess game, cat and mouse. So he says, bring me back to the club. I says, bro, you can't go over there and get that out of there. You got to write it off. get on a plane, go do whatever you got to do, go, whatever. And he says, well, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to he says he was going to go to New York and then he was going to go to Florida. He wanted me to drive him. I says, no. He offered all kinds of money. I says, no. I'm down on some easy money to be whatever. I don't know that this guy's some freaking Medellin, whatever, and all that. He's got the freaking tattoo on there. My mind is spinning. And the gang tattoo, I knew that was a symbol. I knew that. I saw it somewhere else on the West Side with different people from different countries that were hot, whatever. And he says, well, I got to arrange something and I need somebody to block the grill to go get that. And he says, you think they'll be watching over there? I says, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue if they're in trees with binoculars or in their apartment buildings, surveilling or whatever, because the feds have a lot of tricks. I'm not sure about your people that are going to come try to double cross you or whatever. So I don't know anything. But if there's a good time to come where the coast might usually be clear, because I always had eyes on everything, I was like, you probably want to go like between 4 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning, scoop your shit out of there and be on your way. And so he says, okay. So, that's over with. The next day, 2 days later, I wouldn't go the next day. 2 or 3 days later, Sam calls the office. Come on up, Joe. We'll have lunch. No, I got some things I want to say to him. And Sam's the boss. And I says, well, that Tony had me meet some guy, blah, 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 and all this and that. And he says, don't ever speak on that again. Okay. Don't ever speak on that again. And whatever. And this Tony, I never saw him again. This informant piece of crap who was trying to do something and it failed. And we'll leave it at that. So he said, it's all right, Joel. My horns were hanging to the ground. And I was like, oh my gosh, my mind, I was still reeling from it. And he's going, it's all right. And he said, did he take care of you? Because Sam always knows I got my hand out. I said, yeah. Pretty. He gave me a tip. He gave me a tip for gas money, gas money. He gave me gas money. So, and so that gets evened out. Then we move along to other things that are going on at the office and whatever. And so I says, well, I'm all done next month or something. I'll just run and get bread and milk one more time or two at the most. I'm riding off into the sunset. I got a degree. I'm college educated, blah, blah, blah. I don't want no nothing. So that was all right. So I'm selling steel, trying to sell steel in the office. And about a month later, Sam says, come on up. Nothing. You got a good lunch menu, whatever, something good to eat. And I like to hang out with the boss, Sam, and talk because we talked about other stuff, personal things. And so I get up there and I go in the back through the back kitchen and I go up into the restaurant area and Sam says, sit over there in the corner. And it was a different corner than our corner. Me and the boss's corner. We had our little cozy corner. And I'm sitting in there and I'm waiting and I'm going, Sam, I'm hungry. And it's taking time. And who comes out of the back? This Colombian. It was like Elvis coming through the freaking aisleway. I said, "Oh my Lord, have mercy." Sam comes out. He's laughing. Come on, we got another person in our party, And I said, I'm telling him, enough's enough. I mean, and everything else. And he was laughing, and I'm thinking to myself, how is Sam? I'm wondering, are they against drugs? What goes on with these bosses? And some families don't deal drugs, and this family does, and this family don't. Well, listen, all the mafia families dealt drugs. Okay, case closed, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Case closed. That's not even to be argued. That's not argumental. And somehow he got in bed with this DA was his initials. DA was this guy's initials. And somehow he was making moves. And they figured out this Tony, unquote, Tony, quote unquote, was whatever happened. I never saw him again. I don't want to know what happened to him. People came, people went. Some you see, some you never see again. I don't care. I don't ask any questions. Oh, geez, what happened to so-and-so? What do you got while you're on? So you talk less, you don't ask no questions. And he's talking, and he's laughing at me because he's telling us, oh, geez, you see how scared and everything it was. I'm going, you're cracking jokes? Whatever. I don't roll like that. I don't want to know nothing. He goes, well, that was Tony did that to you. And I found out. I was coming down there anyway. I says, where were you? I'm in a hotel room with this guy all night long, trying to stay awake because I don't know what the hell's going on. But he kept giving me money. But I was thinking he's going to keep giving me all this money and then kill me and then take the money back. So I was tripped out. But it was really, it like really, really gave me a new awareness. Like, hey, Mo. So it really gave me a new thinking about, I saw a lot of stuff here or there, whatever, heard about some things, which I didn't care to know about. But just like, the competition business, the other families, they're all dealing coke and heroin and marijuana. They're all dealing everything under the sun. And you got to keep up with the Joneses for that drug dollar. I mean, yes, the families were into bookmaking, sports betting, racketeering, loan sharking, and everything else. But the big money came with them. With the drugs. Carried a lot of time in prison, but just like anything else. And just to see, because I knew some of the crew guys were degenerate gamblers and they were making moves, selling cocaine or doing whatever the hell they were doing. I kind of thought it was behind Sam's back. But I'm not privy to that information. I'm Joe Schmo. I'm the errand boy that goes and gets the bread and milk and drinks at a card game. And so we're there, me, Sam, and this guy, DA, Central American. I don't know where the hell he's from. And I didn't want to say it. And he says, Joe, you're not talking, blah, 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 because I was usually talkative with Sam. I says, I don't know what to say. I says, I'm kind of pissed off and everything else. So I says, all donations will be greatly accepted. You know how I play, Sam. And he's going, this DA's going, what are you talking about? I says, well, that taxi ride I gave you, I don't think you gave me enough gas money. And he's going, hmm? And Sam said, he wants more money for gas. And if you need a ride out of here, I says, I'm not giving him a ride out of here. I'm not giving him a ride out of here. He says, you're going to give him a ride out of here. He's going to give you some good gas money. So I says, frisk him. Frisk him. Go in the bathroom and pull his pants, frisk the guy. And they're laughing, but so the mafia dealt drugs more than the CVS pharmacy, okay? They dealt drugs more than Rite Aid. You know, they're big drug dealers, the pharmacies, but the mafia dealt drugs like there was no tomorrow. And they were in bed with the cartels and everything else. And they're going from their native country to Florida and then up the eastern seaboard. And then what they would do, I'm guessing, is distribute westward, either out of Cleveland, all points west, or from Florida to Texas, all points west to California. It all come in, I'm guessing, through the eastern seaboard. And then all points west from there with their mules. And by the time I'm guessing that, say, a kilo starts from the native country to Florida, there's a price, a retail price on it. And then by the time it gets to New York, there's a retail price on it, New York City. And then by the time it goes from New York City to Western New York, Buffalo, Niagara Falls, then out to Cleveland, the prices go up, of course, because people have to handle it and people want to make money on handling it, of course. UPS charges. So that was a crazy story, Mo. Good to see you again, and anybody else that watches it. But that was a kilo or more, I don't know. But it was a situation I got put into that I didn't appreciate it. And then when I got put in situations, and my only recourse, because I'm not violent and I'm not going to fight these crazy people, not know any freaking Columbian or Colombo guy, or I'm not going to fight and all that. I mean, you know, so my only thinking is I need some gas money. I need gas money. I need compensation. So, which I thought was fair in the end, but I'd rather not have the money or be in the middle of some guy that I got to try to tell him how to hide his shit because it's a setup and everything else. And then this Tony never showed up. Where'd he go? He rode off into the sunset. So, but then it was never to be uttered or spoke on again. But then he came back, like I said, he come back and visited, and clean cut, perfect English. And I was saying that he's going, no. This DA, this Columbian is saying, no. I like the way he thinks. I like him. I want to use him for whatever. I was like, no. No. I'll sit down and have a spaghetti dinner with you, and we could talk about, you could talk about soccer, and I could talk about football, and we could just talk about sports. Other than that, this is a personal relationship, not a professional relationship. No, I like my freedom and I like staying alive, because life expectancy for those guys is probably 1 year. So that's it, folks. That's a story I made up, and I hope it sounded good and everything else. And thanks for joining me. And it's a crazy, crazy world out there. Stay safe, stay great. If whoever watches this channel, I hope you guys have a great summer and enjoy whatever you guys are into. And I can't even tell you to subscribe because they froze my channel anyways. So I just make up stories on here anyways. Whoever wants to watch and listen or whatever, it's all entertainment. That's all it is. It's YouTube bullshit flying all over the place. All right. It's all story time. That's all it is. Stories. So, and most 95% of them aren't true. So accept it. Okay. They're just made up stories. Plain and simple. All right. I got a really creative thinking mind. So that's it, folks. Have a good day. Have a great evening. God bless you all.